Sad news coming from out of the Denmark camp with Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Okay, so good morning and welcome to the Pink Table. On today's call, we are going to be going over what happened with Christian Eriksen yesterday during the Denmark-Finland game. A bit of a scare there, Lane.
Yeah, quite shocking. Around about the 43rd minute, I think it was, Eriksen collapsed to the ground. I think for a couple of seconds, his teammates were a bit confused as to what was going on, but the panic set in real quick.
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of information is still yet to come out on what happened. They're doing tests right now to identify what was the cause. It seems that it's heart-related. So that's also going to bring up further issue. Well, that's not the issue. Consequences also playing in Serie A, as Italy doesn't allow any player to play with any heart conditions. So that might be the end for Eriksen playing for Inter Milan, well, Inter. But more importantly, it comes down to the player's health. So from news reports of what we're seeing, the doctors of the Danish team were able to get to Eriksen just after Kjaer, the Denmark captain, was able to put Eriksen in the right position, clear his airways, and start the cardiac massage. So apparently that was vitally important of keeping Eriksen in a stable position before the medics got there. The medics got there. They felt Eriksen's pulse. He still had a pulse. They were quite comfortable with what was happening. They started setting up machines, IV drips to get him on that. And while they were doing the IV drip, the medic actually felt Eriksen's pulse, and there was no pulse at all. So they started having to do CPR again. And according to what's coming out of the Danish camp, Eriksen did not have a pulse from about 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think Simon Kjaer was instrumental here. He acted like a real captain in the situation, making sure that the team formed a wall around his player, protecting privacy. There is a bit of controversy going around why UEFA allowed for more than 40 seconds of footage before they cut away to drone imagery. But I think Simon Kjaer did everything perfectly, down to consoling Eriksen's partner on the sidelines. He acted like a real captain in the situation. The player was stabilized, was taken to hospital, at which point he actually called his teammates and asked them to go ahead with the game. The game went ahead and the Danish team lost 1-0. You could see they were visibly shaken. I think it was a particular game.
Yeah, like the Danish coach came out today and said he's very proud of his players, but more importantly, they don't see that game as a loss because more important things prevailed. Simon Kjaer was actually substituted on the 68th minute because he said he couldn't carry on. His mind was clearly somewhere else. But yeah, him and Eriksen have been best friends for nearly 10 years now. I think having to resuscitate your best friend, seeing him in that state, clearing his airways, that is clearly images that I don't think Kjaer is going to be able to eliminate from his mind anytime soon.
Yeah, and also just to eliminate some rumors, you've got the Inter manager Marotta coming out and stating that Eriksen has not been vaccinated and has not been sick with COVID. So I think this can put to bed the rumors that this is related to a recent vaccination, nice, which has been going around online, and I think that can be safely put to bed now.
Fantastic, yeah. And then just circling back to what I said in the beginning, so Italy, according to one of the NHS doctors in the UK, so Italy's main pride and joy within our healthcare system and sport is cardiovascular diseases and making sure that there's no instances like this. I think in Italy, the only instance that recently happened was Davide Astori, and that also didn't happen on the field. Italy goes through extensive heart tests for all sports players. So knowing this information, Eriksen was put to the test at Inter. They do it on a 6-monthly basis to check players' heart rate. So Eriksen's heart was classified very healthy. So it could just be a random instance, but we're going to obviously wait for conclusion as to exactly what happened. So we'll see there. Some people were saying it could have been heat stroke from the heat, but that was obviously ruled out when they realized his pulse was gone. So when the medics got there, they felt his pulse. So they also thought that, okay, this might be something related to that, but then his heart stopped. Yeah.
Yep, but most importantly, Eriksen is well, recovering in the hospital, and yeah, luckily nothing tragic happened in this tournament.
And hopefully we get to see him on the field again soon.
Yeah, and stay tuned with more news out of the Euros from the Pink Table.